Doug here, KK Speed Shop. Just kidding. It's Ellis Car Customs, your American counterpart. When last we worked on this, we found we had fitment issues as far as fitting it to the lift gate. I've got to get bolts in those arms just to make sure that gate's exactly where it's going to be, because where I have it clamped might not be exactly where it is when bolts from the arms are bolted into the gate. I doubt I'm going to gain a hell of a lot doing that, but I might gain a little. I don't need to gain much, but that's the plan. They're kind of specific bolts. I might have bolts that are the right size but the wrong thread. And if that's the case, I'll tap them out slightly larger, put a better bolt in there. I always thought the bolts were a little bit too small for the load on them anyways, because they have tended to strip out on these things. So, but we'll do that so we can figure out exactly what we got to do to clearance the gate to the tailgate. But that's my mission for today, is to try to get that worked out where we know it's gonna fit together. I don't know if it means that I have to section a little bit of this and drop it a hair, or you know, it was hard to figure when so much of both gates were missing, that it was hard to figure exactly until you had all the bits just what it was going to take to put them all together. But we'll figure it out, and when I know something, I'll let you know. So thanks for coming back. Thanks for stopping by. If you're new, hope you'll stick around and commiserate with us as we try to make this rusty Nomad into something that will pass for a decent car. But thanks, and I'll get to work and I'll show you what I'm going to do. So before I bolted that thing back up there, I just couldn't resist taking some various grits of steel wool and just trying to put somewhat of a shine back into that. I mean, what happens with these old pot metal things there, the outgassing and everything causes pits. But I mean, it's got a respectable shine for something that's almost 70 years old, and you know, where would I find another one? So I guess, you know, for a driver quality car, it ought to do. But anyways, I'm gonna bolt that thing up there and get to work. Well, I admit I've seen a few of these, but I've never seen one sprung so bad as that. Because you look where it's not much light there. I got a light right here. I'll turn the light on here. Where she bolts up in there, it's flush with the gate, and the arms don't look bent or anything. And yet that sucker is riding way the hell out there. And the roof is nothing we changed. You know, the roof and the arms and things like that, they're unchanged from when they came off of the car 50 years ago. So we've got to figure something out there. I mean, we're close there. This side here, you can see once it gets about midway, it kind of rides downward. But it's about where it needs to be. Part of this here is that this is kind of flattened out. So I'm gonna pull that off of there. I'm gonna take my hammer and dolly and I'm gonna round this a little bit more to kind of match the roundness of this. And as I round that, it should drop the top a little bit. and we'll see if that smartens that up. But yeah, we're gonna have to figure out exactly how to get that where I need it to be. I mean, this corner's only out a little bit, but yeah, we got our work cut out for us. We'll see what we can do. Well, if you're a long-time viewer of my channel, which has only been on for like 3 months, so long time is relative. You remember I made these pieces back when I was working on the tailgate before that were going to go in down here on the bottom. So we're finally getting to use those. I stuck that one in there. And like I said, we just gotta kind of do the lip there, and then it has to wrap around the bottom and have a lip that kind of goes across. I got a piece of metal for that. But yeah, I didn't know if everybody remembered I made those pieces a while ago, but we're finally getting to the point where we can use them. So I'll bring you back when I get a little more done. So slowly we're smartening up this side, building our pieces, and you can see that we're getting close. Now the metal is bad here, so we're gonna have to cut that out. It's alright down there. I mean, down in our corner is good. So I'm gonna cut this metal out, put some new metal in there. But it lines up okay up there. Like I said, we'll mess with our gaps a little bit, make it look a little nicer. But trying to strip the 70-year-old paint off of this thing, just start fresh and make sure there's nothing hiding under there that I need to address. So I'll do a little more work and we'll see how it turns out. So I'll show this again in case you're new here and haven't seen this little trick I like to use. It's TAD, or tape assisted design. If you have some goofy shape or whatever that you need, if you stick a piece of tape over that, trace it out, because we cut out that rusty bit there, then we'll just stick this to a piece of metal and cut out our shape, and it should fit right into that slot there so we can weld it. But I'll bring you back. So I got bolts for the gate and I've got it bolted to the arms there, and obviously you can see it looks a lot different than when I had it clamped up there. Now it's clearing the roof alright, probably too much now. You can see how far out it is from the drip rail. But there's my buddy, Nomad. Hi, buddy. Say something. Not today. But anyways, you look at the gate here, what we're dealing with there with the gate and the window frame there. And I'll bring you over to this side. This side of the gate looked just like that other side before I cut and bent and chopped and stretched and welded and hammered and got it to where it's clear and okay. So if I pull this out here, you'll see all along there I've got the clearance I need. Now I just got to do the driver's side, same as the passenger side, because you can close it if you pick up the gate first. But that's not the way they work. The lift gate's supposed to close first, and then the tailgate closes. But if we could smarten up one side, I'm sure we could smarten up the other, because it's lined up here in the corners on the same spot on both sides, so I know that's where it belongs. And obviously the nothing we did changed the roof, so the where it's hooked to these arms, that sticking out like that has nothing to do with anything we've done here, because that's nothing that I changed. You know, those were attached to the roof the whole time. So yeah, I'm sure the thing sprung out there like that long before I had anything to do with it. But we'll try to, you know, you can kind of see how it follows, and then the gate sort of follows the way it's supposed to. It's just I've got to do what I did here and shrink it down and get it to line up with the side. But we'll work on that and see what we can do. Right, buddy? Oh, he's still not talking. He was talking till I turned this on. Anyway, so I'm going to get back to work. Yeah, on another note, I thought about grafting this piece in, and, you know, for the Nomads, because you got to have access to the handle in there. But I thought, since this metal was pretty good, I used this as a template to figure out where the holes had to be, and just drilled holes in what was there. So I should be able to leave that alone, because this is good solid metal. There was no reason to cut it out. And we've got our access holes now, so we can get in there. So that was one of the easier problems to solve. But I'll move on to something else. There's my buddy over there on his favorite cushion. When I make a little too much noise, he goes over there and keeps an eye on me. Oh, here he comes. You heard me talking about him. Come on, buddy. He knows his way around. Yes. So we got this patch bit put in there and welded along there. So we're gaining ground. I had to do that before I could do anything as far as matching up the outside skin there, because that's what I did on this side. I put that bottom in and cinched that up to hold the skin where I needed it to be as I pounded and shaped it. Like I say, we just gotta make pieces to finish the bottom. We gotta make pieces to finish where this is missing. We gotta do it on both sides. Plus I've got a lip that I'm gonna put along the bottom here, because this comes down and it steps out a little bit, and I've got a perfect piece of metal for that. So we'll continue to work on that, but if I were to get it all done today, what would be in the next video, right? So with that, I'll let y'all go surf the internets for some more interesting content. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you come back. If you're new, I hope you like what you see, and you'll want to give me a subscribe if you want. But till next time, from me and my buddy here. There he is. You're not going to say anything this time, are you? Every time I turn the camera off, he talks up a storm. But anyways, I want to say thanks for stopping, and we appreciate it, and take care, and see ya.